Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we peel back the layers of corporate filings to find the juicy details. Today, we're diving into a report that is all about changes behind the scenes, a little corporate shuffling that might just impact how things operate for the Grayscale Horizen Trust, or HN as it is known. So, stick around as we decode what this really means, and before we get into the nitty-gritty, if you like getting these clear, no-nonsense breakdowns of financial documents, hit that subscribe button. Also, we have a great community over on Discord, linked in the description below, where we chat about these things, so come join us. Alright, so what we're looking at here is a Form 8. Think of this as a company's way of telling the public about important events that aren't part of their regular financial reports. It is like a bulletin board for significant news, and the big news today, happening on the 22nd of October 2025, is a corporate reorganization within the parent companies that manage this trust. Now, this filing is about a corporate reorganization of the sponsor. The sponsor is essentially the company that runs the Grayscale Horizen Trust, making sure everything is managed properly. The key player here is Grayscale Investment Sponsors, or GSIs for short. What happened is that a company called GSO Intermediate Holdings Corporation, or GSY, which was in charge of GSIs, did a big internal shake-up. GSY basically transferred some of its ownership and its management duties over to a newly formed company called Grayscale Investments Incorporated. So instead of GSY calling the shots for the sponsor, Grayscale Investments Incorporated is now the one in charge of managing GSIs. This is a structural change, moving things around within the corporate family tree. It is important to note that all these entities, from the top company DCG Holdco down to the sponsor GSIs, are all part of a bigger group called Digital Currency Group Incorporated. So while the immediate management of the trust might be changing hands within this group, the ultimate ownership and control remain within the Digital Currency Group. Now, here is the crucial part for us as investors or observers. The filing explicitly states that they do not expect this reorganization to have any material impact on the operations of the trust itself. This is a key takeaway. It means that day-to-day activities, how the trust functions, and what it holds should continue as normal. The changes are at a higher corporate level. The trust itself is for Grayscale Horizen Trust, and its trading symbol is Hudson. They're registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, and for our purposes here, they are listed as an emerging growth company, which means they can use some extended transition periods for new accounting rules. That is more of a technical detail for accounting folks, but it is part of their classification. And this report is signed off by Edward McGee, who is the Chief Financial Officer of the sponsor company. He is signing in his capacity as an authorized officer of Grayscale Investment Sponsors, Incorporated, confirming these corporate changes. So what does this all mean? The core story here isn't about financial performance or new investment strategy. It is about a behind-the-scenes restructuring. Think of it like a company moving its headquarters or changing the name of a subsidiary. The actual business, the products, and the services might remain the same, but the legal and management structure above it has been adjusted. For the Grayscale Horizen Trust, the big promise is that even with this shuffling of corporate decks, the trust itself will continue to operate as usual. This is good news because it means investors likely don't need to worry about sudden shifts in management or strategy directly affecting their holdings in HN. Now, looking at this from a broader perspective, these kinds of reorganizations often happen to streamline operations, improve efficiency, or perhaps prepare for future growth or changes in market conditions. The fact that they created a new entity, Grayscale Investments Incorporated, suggests a move towards a more defined corporate structure for managing these investment products. The fact that the same board members who are overseeing GSY are now overseeing Grayscale Investments Incorporated is also important, as it implies continuity in leadership and decision making. Even with the new corporate name, the biggest risk for any trust like this would be instability in its management or strategy. And this filing explicitly aims to quell those concerns. They want everyone to know that the lights are still on, the doors are still open, and the core function of the trust is unaffected. The continued involvement of Barry Silbert, Mark Schiffke, Simon Costa, Peter Mintzberg, and Edward McGee on the board of the new entity suggests a stable guiding hand. In conclusion, this Form 8K is less about the financial health and more about the corporate plumbing. Grayscale Horizen Trust sponsor has undergone a reorganization, but the company assures us that the trust's operations remain unchanged. It is a sign of structural housekeeping within Digital Currency Group, designed to provide a clear governance framework. So, what is your take on these corporate shifts and what they signal for the Grayscale Horizen Trust? Do you think these kinds of internal reorganizations matter to investors, or is it just noise? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more dives into the world of corporate finance. And seriously, check out our Discord server linked in the description for more discussions. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.